Alright, welcome back guys. Here we are looking at all the components that I'm going to be using to build my AR-15 pistol. Okay. The upper receiver here, or the upper assembly, I got this off of Palmetto State Armory. Everything you see here is how it came except for this rear sight. Okay, so it did not come with the sight, and I replaced the factory foregrip with a pair of Colt 6920 double heat shield foregrips. The ones that came with it were decent, but the Colt ones are a little better because they're double heat shield on the inside. Okay, so I replaced that, but basically they looked identical. So came with everything you see here. It did not come with a bolt carrier group or the charging handle, just the receiver, dust cover, forward assist, barrel, front sight, flash hider, and the gas tube. Okay, delta ring, all that. So this rear sight here is a Daniel Defense. They call it their A1 rear sight. It's called the A1 rear sight because it's only adjustable for windage. Okay, you cannot adjust it for elevation. You can see here, I don't know how well you can see it, but standard A2 apertures actually, M4A1, same thing. You got your large circle aperture and your small circle aperture. Usually on the A1 sights, both apertures had small peepholes, but they were different planes. Okay, as far as I know, these, it doesn't matter how you have it, it's the same plane. It's just one is a larger hole and one is a smaller hole. Okay, but it is an A1 in regarding the fact that you can only adjust it for windage. Okay, that's pretty much the exact adjustment wheel that the A1s have. Okay, so I have that Loctited on there as far back as it'll go. The barrel is manufactured by Palmetto, or it might be made for Palmetto. I'm not exactly sure on that. Palmetto claims that FN makes their barrels. From what I hear that that's not true. It turns out that when Palmetto State Armory is advertising that they use FN barrels, actually what they mean is they use barrels that are manufactured to FN specs. Okay, I don't know exactly what to believe for sure, but that's what I heard. So it is a cold hammer forged barrel. Okay, phosphate coated, double chrome lined, 1 in 7 twist, mag particle inspected, high pressure tested. There's vanadium mixed in the steel. It's 11595E. Okay, for the barrel. Very good steel, really good barrel. So I'm really happy with that. It's not a SOCOM weight barrel. It does taper down like an hourglass, like your traditional M4A1. So that's the upper receiver. It came just like that, besides the rear sight. You got that from Palmetto's website. Alright. Now for the lower receiver, this is a stripped receiver. This is a Bushmaster XM15 E2S. Okay, so this is the receiver I'll be building my rifle off of, or not rifle, pistol, sorry. This is an AR-15 pistol. So being as it's a pistol, the buffer tube has to be a pistol buffer tube. You cannot attach a stock to this. Okay, very important. If you're going to make it into a pistol, you use the right buffer tube. Okay, this is made by KAK Industries, K-A-K. Or I don't know if it's called KAK or K-A-K. I call it KAK. It doesn't really matter. This here, if I can get it off, is a Bravo Company end plate, BCM. It's a quick release mount right there. So that's pretty cool. I'll be using that with this. This is your standard castle nut. Okay. So I'll be using that with this. Pretty cool. With the buffer tube, I will be using this Sig Sauer arm brace. Okay, it actually feels really good. It's very high quality rubber. It's very solid. It's not flimsy. You have a Velcro strap to adjust it to however you want it to be. But the reason I like this buffer tube, you can see how you got this area right here. It's like there's like a surface right here, so it only allows this arm brace to go on so far. I really don't like the ones that go all the way up to the delta ring or the castle nut. I don't like the way it looks, and I think it makes it a little bit too, what's the word, compact, I guess. So I like how there's a little bit of a space between the arm brace and the castle nut. I think that's pretty cool. So I got that. That's why I got this buffer tube specifically. So yeah, Sig Sauer arm brace, pretty cool. I'll be using that. This is a Bravo Company buffer tube spring and a Bravo Company H2 buffer. From the research that I've done and the information that I found out, whenever you're dealing with an AR-15 pistol or SBR, if it has a short barrel like this, like a 10.5 inch like this one is, it's really important that you use the correct buffer weight. Okay, so from what I found out, if you're using a 10.5 inch barrel or shorter, you want to make sure it's at least an H2. This way you know it's going to cycle reliably. Okay, if you just have a standard H or just a standard weight buffer, you may have feeding issues and cycling issues. So H2 buffer, you want to make sure you have that. So I got that. This is just a standard mil-spec charging handle, just super basic, nothing special. Also got that from Bravo Company. Oh, I'm sorry, no, I got this from Palmetto. Got that off of Palmetto. And this is an M16 bolt carrier group. I also got this off of Palmetto, and I got it complete as you see it. Okay. They claim that this is a 100% mil-spec bolt carrier group. The steel in the carrier apparently is 8620 steel. The bolt is carpenter steel, tool steel extractor. It's a chrome lined on the inside gas key. Okay, the interior of the gas key is chrome lined. The bolts on the gas key are staked. Alright, there you go. You have your shrouded firing pin, your M16 lug there. Okay, and yeah, the bolt itself, very important, high pressure tested and mag particle inspected. Okay, so I'll be using that M16 bolt carrier group that I got from Palmetto. Pretty nice, and the bolt itself is actually marked mag particle inspected and high pressure tested right here. You're not going to be able to see it on the camera, but it's marked right there. Alright, what else? And then here, the lower parts kit. I'll be using a Palmetto State Armory lower parts kit. Just a basic AR-15 parts kit, guys. It was about $60, I believe. $59. Got that off of Palmetto's website. So that's what I'll be using for that. And basically, that's it. This is going to be my AR-15 pistol. Possibly down the road, I might put a quad rail on this. But remember, with a pistol, you're not allowed to have a vertical foregrip. Okay, that's something to keep in mind. You cannot have a vertical foregrip. I do believe, however, if you do your paperwork and you pay a $200 tax stamp and they approve it, I believe the ATF will allow you to put a vertical foregrip, but I'm not exactly sure on the law concerning that. Okay, but that is what I heard. But I'm not going to be doing that. I just don't want to go through all the work. Okay, so I'm going to be going to my father's house, and his garage is where all the equipment is we have to assemble the receiver, like the vise, all the punches, the mallets, and all that. So I'll be going down there to assemble this, and I'll show you guys the completed result. Alright, take care, guys.